Assalamualaikum and hello to all my friend and our lecturer, Dr. Faiz. Today, I, Muhammad Faizuddin bin Fazil, and my group, Muhammad Hilmi, will be present about mixed use development. So, what is mixed use development? As the MRSC of Washington defines mixed use development as pedestrian friendly development that blends residential, commercial, cultural, institutional, and industrial use. Mixed use is one of the 10 principles of smart growth, a planning strategy that seeks to foster community design and development that serves the economy, community, public health, and the environment. There are many different ways to successfully implement mixed-use development projects. Mixed-use development can fall into residential, commercial, cultural, institutional, and industrial categories. Structurally, mixed-use development can be vertical or horizontal. Vertical mixed-use development combine different use within the same building, provide for more public use on the lower floors, such as retail shops, restaurant, or commercial business, and provide for more private use on the upper floors, such as residential units, hotel rooms, or office space. Horizontal mixed-use development consists of single-use building within a mixed-use zoning district parcel, which allows for a range of land used in a single development project and provides for a variety of complementary and integrated use that are workable within a given neighborhood, tract, or land or development project. Okay, so what is the key characteristic of mixed-use development? To be classified as a mixed-use development, there are some key characteristics a project must have. The project must provide 3 revenue producing use, foster integration, density, and compatibility of land use, and create a workable and connected environment. Okay, the first step to preparing for mixed-use development is developing a vision. Communities can do that by creating a comprehensive plan or community vision that includes mixed-use development. This is the first step to revitalizing a community. Next, it is necessary to remove regulatory obstacles to planning. Tools that can be used to do so are zoning and form-based codes. Zoning enables a community to implement mixed-use development. Following the adoption of the comprehensive plan, form-based codes allow for a more versatile, precise, and realistic implementation of different zoning classification in a small area. A community use of a combination of financial and regulatory incentives will encourage developers to bring their proposal for revitalization to that community. Some examples of successful incentives include permit, fee reductions, tax abatements, expedited development, approval processes, providing density and building height or floor area business, and reduce parking requirement. Ensuring a community is adequately prepared for mixed-use development is important. The following preparations should take place before development occurs in a community. Identifying opportunities for infill and redevelopment. Preparing a market analysis to estimate market demand for mixed use and considering the viability of mixed use development. Next step, assess market strength. You have to identify opportunities for infill and redevelopment. Prepare a market analysis to estimate market demand for mixed use and consider the viability of mixed use development. Last, address challenges. Planning. To coordination of planning, management, political, patient, capital resources and risks. Zoning restrictions for environmental consideration, historic preservation, assembling land parcel, inadequate capital planning, and last, financial obligation, project financing, infrastructure issues. What is the objective of mixed-use development? Objective of mixed-use development is to create a mix of use that relate to and complement each other through site design. For example, through shared use of public space and landscape connections. Objective of mixed-use development is to create a mix of use that respond to their context and complement each other in their building design and street orientation. To facilitate linkage among users on and off-site through the use of pedestrian, bicycle, and circulation connection, shared access and parking. To address the general plan directions to include residential use on key larger sites and evaluate project on smaller sites by the mixed use land use category description. And last, to utilize the city's residential design guidelines for residential mixed use project.
Next is issues that are linked to mixed-use development. The first one is security issues. In buildings with multiple users, access needs to be separated to ensure certain groups have access to designated areas. This is especially important in buildings that have a mix of residents and shoppers. For example, where residents should have access to hallway while shoppers should not. The design process should address these separation needs early on to ensure all needs are met. For the next issues is fitting into the context of the existing area. As mixed-use development trends toward large-scale buildings, it is important to be cognizant of the surrounding architecture and scale. You wouldn't want to build a modern 12-story building in the middle of a historic neighborhood of small homes. Next issue is parking. The parking debate is always around. Some people think that mixed-use development will help us use our car less, but not everyone agrees. Also, we need to think about all the people who will come to visit and need a place to park. We have to plan how many parking spaces we need based on when people will be using them. Next is trends that are linked to mixed-use development. The first is integrated but not separated. Mixed-use development were traditionally used to justify land price in urban areas by vertically combining different retail, office, hotel, or residential use. In suburbs, it usually meant different use on one property. like an apartment complex and a grocery store. Now, rather than being a trend, integrated use have become the new norm due to younger generation desire for community and experience across all commercial real estate sector. For the second trend is social over everything. The popularity of co-working space is growing as they offer a collaborative environment for workers, replacing traditional silhouette workspace. Brands like Room and WeWork are leading this trend, offering open space with amenities. Retailers like Whole Foods and Apple are also succeeding by providing a gathering place and experience. The residential and hospitality industry are embracing this social-focused lifestyle with smaller apartments and larger common areas. For the third trend is capitalizing on contemporary. Mixed-use development are becoming more popular as they allow for a variety of use within one property, such as lifestyle retail and co-working space shared between office and hotel guests. Although they may have come with higher costs, the benefit of a recession-resistant formula and the potential for a joint venture and leasing opportunity make mixed-use projects a worthwhile investment. Shared space users are prioritized to ensure maximum commercial success, especially with the growing presence of millennial and Generation Z consumers in the real estate market. For the example of mixed-use development, the first one is Pertukaran Toraza. The second one is Bukit Bintang City Centre at KL. The third one is Sunway Velocity at Ceras. The fourth one is Bukit Jalil City at Bukit Jalil, and the last one is Mid Valley City.